Hello everyone, Mrs. Higdon here, and I'm here to talk to you now about pronouns. And pronouns are words that take the place of nouns. For example, he, she, it, they, we, us, and so on. And the reason why we use pronouns is because if we continue to use a noun in a sentence over and over again, it would get really tedious and just repetitious. All right, for example, if I wrote something like this, Mrs. Higdon made a video, Mrs. Higdon put the video on YouTube, Mrs. Higdon's students watched the video on YouTube, Mrs. Higdon's students, took the quiz and did a really good job because of Mrs. Higdon's video high-tech wizardry. All right, now that would get really repetitious, right? Because I keep using Mrs. Higdon over and over again. But if I said something like Mrs. Higdon made a grammar video, she placed it on YouTube and her students watched it. So again, I used pronouns like she and her to replace Mrs. Higdon, all right, so that I'm not repeating myself over and over again. All right, so something else to keep in mind, however, is just like you don't want to overuse and repeat certain nouns in your writing, you don't want to repeat pronouns either. All right, because if you do that, then your audience loses track of who it is you are referring to or who you are writing about. So it's a good idea just to have a really good balance between using nouns and pronouns. All right, so again, you wouldn't say or write something like, she made a video, she put it on YouTube, her students watched her video. Why would you not do that? You wouldn't do it because, who are you talking about? Your audience loses sight of who you are referring to, who you're talking about. So again, it's a good idea to have a good balance between the use of nouns and pronouns. All right, so again, going back to pronouns, words that take the place of nouns, there are different types of pronouns. We have singular nouns or singular pronouns and plural pronouns. Some singular pronouns are pronouns like he, she, it, him, her, you, and your. And then plural pronouns are pronouns. Some examples of those are they, them, their, we, and us. And again, the difference is here, the singular pronouns are referring to one person, and then plural pronouns refer to many people, right? So those are just some examples there for you. And here is an example of a sentence using a singular pronoun. John got up and took his jacket. All right, so his here. All right, his, is the singular pronoun. Okay, and then over here, we have John and Jane walked outside and got in their car. All right, so John and Jane, that is a plural compound subject, and so the word there, okay, refers back to John and Jane. Okay, all right, so those are some examples of sentences where we have a singular pronoun referring back to a singular noun, and then a plural pronoun referring back to a plural noun. All right, so, or nouns. Anyway, and here are some more examples. John's grandparents renewed their wedding vows. So here we have grandparents, okay? All right, and again, it ends in S, so that's plural. So we would use the plural pronoun there to refer back to grandparents, okay? Referring back to that, okay? And then here we have bird, okay? And the bird lifted its wings and took off into the sky. So here we would use it to refer back to the bird, okay? All right. Now, there is a specific type of pronoun that we call the indefinite pronoun that looks something like this. All right, and these are all singular. One, anyone, everyone, someone. Those are all of the one words, by the way, the one indefinite pronouns. And then we have nobody, anybody, everybody, somebody. And those are all all of the body indefinite pronouns. So one little trick to remember here is if the word has one in it, okay, like anyone, everyone, someone, those are all singular indefinite pronouns. And then if the word has body in it, like nobody, anybody, everybody, somebody, all right, those are, again, all singular indefinite pronouns. And, why are they all singular? Because, again, of the word one. When you think of the word one, you think of one being singular. Body, you think of one body, again, being singular. All right? And these are also singular, each, either, neither. All right? And you just have to memorize those. Okay. So those are singular indefinite pronouns. And you can find a list of these in your textbook on page 514. Okay? All right. And here are some example sentences, okay, that we're going to go over together. So let's see. We have someone left blank purse in the women's locker room. All right. Now, again, this is singular, right? Because it ends with the word one. All right. So someone is singular. And are we talking about, a male or a female here? Probably female. We're just going to say female. And then someone left her purse. So again, this pronoun is feminine, all right, because we're talking about female here, and it's also singular. So we would use the singular feminine pronoun her to refer back to someone. Okay? I'm going to put this under here so that I don't get anything on my book. All right. So here, neither of the men brought blank umbrella. All right. So again, neither is a singular indefinite pronoun. And we're talking about two males. So what would go here in the blank? His. Right? Okay, so neither one brought his umbrella. All right. Everyone in the club must pay blank dues. Now, this one's a little bit tricky because we have, let's see, everyone. We know this is going to be singular, but do we know if it's male or female? No. So because we're not sure if it's if we're talking about males or females, we would do this: must pay his or her dues. Okay, see that? All right, so that's how you would handle that situation. Okay, now let's go down here. Plural indefinite pronouns. All right, here are some examples of plural indefinite pronouns. Several, both, few, and many. For example, many, again, this is plural, have blank own opinion about the election. All right, so since this is plural right here, we would use a plural pronoun there to refer back to many. Many have their own opinion about the election. Okay? All right, so hopefully this has helped you with your understanding of pronouns, all right, and how to use pronouns to refer back to the nouns or subjects that they refer to. And also, I hope this has helped you with indefinite pronouns as well, and how to use both singular and indefinite pronouns correctly. All right. Good luck on your quiz.